What's going on, Top 10ers? I'm your host Joss. Welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. If you're new here, make sure to follow the BTS team on social media. You can find our links down below. Also, it is tradition around here to do some comment shoutouts at the end of every video, so stick around for that because that is always a good time. As for today's list, we might not like to admit it sometimes, but some of our favorite childhood actors would have us believe that they were best friends on screen, but then they would totally break our hearts by actually hating each other when the cameras stopped rolling. Disney stars work together in close corners, so it's really no surprise that there were once a lot of feuds. Let's also keep in mind the maturity level we are dealing with here. They were kids, yet for some reason we still lived for all those juicy details about their fights. Let's refresh our memory with today's list of top 10 Disney actors who hate each other. Starting off our list at number 10 is Miley Cyrus and Emily Osment. I remember reading in a magazine when I was in high school that these girls weren't friends in real life, and I was pretty crushed. They played each other's best friends on the Disney show Hannah Montana, where they were practically sisters on the show. Emily's character Lily ends up moving in with Miley's family. They were that close. But apparently off screen, the two girls didn't get along with each other. Miley wrote an autobiography called Miles to Go, where she spoke about her relationship with Emily and her character Lily. She said, I quote, "The show felt real to me and I wanted my relationship with Lily to feel real too. I know it didn't have to, show business is show business, but I was disappointed. There were times when I didn't think we could ever be friends. We just couldn't figure out how to get along." It was reported that the two actors were actually constantly fighting with each other and easily became frustrated with one another while on set. Well, you know what they say, sisters fight. As the show progressed though, the two of them were able to find a common ground. They aren't necessarily friends these days since they are both working on different things, but Emily still supports Miley's music and even showed up to one of her concerts a few years ago. In at number 9 is Selena Gomez and Jake T. Austin. Selena first started on Barney and then danced around through Disney sitcoms and ended up on the hit series Wizards of Waverly Place. Selena and Jake played siblings throughout the series, which made their characters pretty equal. The show started out by really focusing on their whole family, but Selena's personal career started to blow up and her part in the show got bigger than Jake's. It probably wasn't personal, but it's just facts. You can see that her screen time increases throughout the seasons. She practically becomes the lead of the show. Rumors started to fly that Jake wasn't too thrilled about it. Could have just been a jealousy thing. Selena eventually made the decision to move on from the show, and Jake coincidentally tweeted during that time saying, I quote, "When artists' definition of growing with their fans is creating content they aren't even allowed to see." Yikes, little bro is throwing down some shade. Down the road though, many years later, we have seen photos surface of the whole cast reuniting and hanging out, so maybe they were able to work it out. Swiping the number 8 spot is Raven Simone and the Cheetah Girls. Who could forget when one of our favorite Disney girl groups fell apart? That was such a tragic time in my life. It was no secret that Raven was a complete star at the time, let's be honest. She was the most famous one of the group. She starred on The Cosby Show, hanging with Mr. Cooper, and even had the lead role on her own hit TV series That's So Raven. So it wasn't all that surprising when we found out that she had some tension with the other 3 girls. Raven spoke about their girl group time together and said, "It was weird putting together young women our ages, 19 to 22, one of whom had not been in the mix. I'll be honest, there were territorial issues, there were catfights. It was not all peaches and cream off camera." This all makes sense, seeing as Raven basically said peace out and didn't show up for the final full-length movie Cheetah Girls One World, which was basically just a huge bummer for us fans because she's really the one that we wanted to see. No offense, girls. Next up at number 7 is Zendaya and Bella Thorne. The two beauties played best friends on the Disney show Shake It Up, but apparently struggled when it came to being friends off screen. Bella opened up about the relationship during filming and blamed the people involved in the show for causing unnecessary tension between them. Bella told J14, "Zendaya and I were put in a very unfortunate position where we were kind of forced to compete against each other, which made the whole first season of the show just very awkward for us. We wanted to love each other, but yet we were constantly being put against each other. It was always who's better at this and who's better at that. However, after the show ended and the two of them started their own individual careers, you never really saw them together. I think that we can all admit that Bella lives a more wild lifestyle than Zendaya now, but the two of them now have only nice things to say about each other, and both of them are a huge success, so there's really no competition going on here. Coming into the number 6 spot is Ross Lynch and Laura Marano. The two of them starred together and both took the lead roles in the series Austin and Ally. Rumors were always going around that maybe they were like dating in real life or had crushes on each other, but apparently it was the opposite. During an interview with J14, Ross was asked if he would ever date Laura, and he responded with, "Laura and I are kind of like a married couple. We argue a lot about who is always right. That happens a lot on set." He wasn't lying either, because Laura also agreed, saying, I quote, "It's kind of true." Apparently they bickered so much that when they joined the cast of Jessie, you could tell that the other cast members felt uncomfortable about their bickering. Laura admitted, I quote, "You could tell how awkward they felt. They thought they had to break us up." She went on to say that the bickering and tension is just who they are and it's nothing serious, but it's hard to tell if that's just an excuse or not. I don't know if I'm buying that. Halfway through the list at number 5 is Ashley Tisdale and Lucas Gabriel. This one I found hard to believe because I just love the two of them together, and they seemed like two peas in a pod throughout the entire High School Musical series. Ashley played the bossy girl Sharpay Evans, which seemed to annoy Lucas, who played her twin brother Ryan Evans. She said that when the two of them first started filming, he didn't seem to like her because he thought she was just like her character. She told People magazine, "We would hardly talk to each other because when I was auditioning for Sharpay, I screen tested with him and I was acting like Sharpay. I think he was like, who is this girl telling me what to do?" Good news is they were able to get to know each other and ended up becoming good friends. Fans, me, went insane back in 2017 when the two of them reunited on Ashley's YouTube for a duet of their High School Musical song, What I've Been Looking For. Seriously, I almost cried. The two of them joked about how they once actually hated each other. Ashley said, I quote, "We were not close, we were not good friends, we hated each other." And that's when Lucas chimed in right after saying, "Didn't get off on the best foot." But they are finally friends and the Disney world is at peace now. Here are at number 4 with Demi Lovato and Selena Gomez. The two of them had a very on and off friendship throughout their time with Disney. Both of them worked their way up the Disney ladder at a young age, sharing screen time on Barney when they were just little tots. They went on to star together in a Disney TV movie called Princess Protection Program, and that's when a boy got in between them. Stupid boys. Reports were made saying that when Justin Bieber entered Selena's life, Demi wasn't a huge fan of him. She didn't really give the best friend approval, and it caused a lot of fights between them. One day a paparazzi asked Demi how Selena was doing, and she quickly responded with, "Ask Taylor Swift." The two of them grew apart, and Demi made one final statement through an iconic tweet, which I still remember to this day. It is a series of pictures of Demi in the water, literally swimming away, and it says, I quote, "Swimming away from your bull by." She even unfollowed Selena on Twitter. Well then. The feud wasn't permanent though, and the two girls went on to be good friends. Alright guys, at number 3 is Debbie Ryan and Sky Jackson. They starred alongside each other in the series Jessie, where the two of them seemed to be like the best of pals on the show. The feud started after Demi attended the Kids' Choice Awards. She started tweeting out all about the fun she was having, and a Twitter user asked who she was sitting with, and she said the kids from the cast of Jessie. But then someone else commented saying that they were surprised to hear she was sitting next to Sky since she talked about her. Debbie clearly wasn't aware about this and responded with, "That's sad, but not really my business." According to J14, Sky had a secret Twitter account where she accused her co-star of bullying her. A fan asked Debbie directly about the situation, and she gave a very lengthy response. To sum it up, she said, I quote, "I won't speak about specific people because it's unprofessional to slander coworkers online. But if I had one wish for every child that's an actor, especially those that tend to be the mouthpiece for parental maliciousness, I'd wish for complete contentment, emotional security, and that they'd somehow find joy in telling stories." Damn. Who knew all this drama could happen on a kids show like Jessie? Taking the number 2 spot is Dylan Sprouse and Joe Jonas. Low key, gonna be honest with you guys, I had no idea this ever happened. Like, this is literally new information to me. In 2013, Joe Jonas wrote a first-person essay for Vulture where he shared how he and his brothers, the Joe Bros, felt like they couldn't stand up to the Disney network. He wrote, "We went along with it at the time because we thought Disney was our only real shot, and we were terrified that it could all be taken away from us at any moment." I mean, I think that's fair to say, but apparently Dylan Sprouse didn't. The Sprouse twins shared on his Tumblr what he thought about Joe's essay and said, "I think it's bullshit that they were being robbed of choice or creativity. If they wanted to, they could have told Disney no. Cole and I did this hundreds of times and we ended up alright." He went on to explain that he thinks it's just an excuse, and even went as far as saying the Jonas Brothers, I quote, "fell for the allure of fame." Quite a bold statement to make there, Dylan. Not sure where the two of them stand currently, but reports say they haven't spoken to each other in many years. Today our number 1 spot is Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez. Both of these ladies have already been on this list with other co-stars, but no one could forget this legendary feud over the one and only Nick Jonas. That's right, these two girls like the same guy at the same time, which we all know at 16 years old is pretty much like the world ending. Selena Gomez was a guest star on Miley's show Hannah Montana, where their characters were always feuding, which was coincidental since off-screen they were always fighting over Nick. It was a silly feud that definitely went too far. Selena teamed up with DEMI at the time, and Miley teamed up with her friend Mandy, and the four of them had a battle between YouTube videos where they called each other out and made fun of each other. It was silly and childish, let's be honest, but at the time it was some serious shade. To make one thing clear though, Miley dated Nick first. But as the Disney stars all grew up, the feud quickly faded. In 2016, Selena told W magazine that the feud was non-existent. She said, "We never feuded, we both liked the same guy when we were 16. It was just a Hilary Duff Lindsay Lohan thing. Oh my god, we like the same boy. We are now completely settled in our own lives." I mean, I feel like she's kind of downplaying it because the whole thing was silly, but at the time it was epic. I literally lived for it. Alright guys, there's our list for today. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to hear from you, and you never know, I could shout out your comment in the next video. On that note, let's check out some comments from some of my other videos. Mewtwo Master 12 says, "Jocelyn, do you use your hair like a whip to fend off the paparazzi? I bet it's your superpower. Admit it, lol. Keep up the great content." How did you know? That is exactly what I use my hair for. Andrea Talley says, "Found the video fun to watch, but as another person said, that is the price of fame, but they should respect them and give them some privacy." Well, I guess that's the big debate, right? Paparazzi comes with that lifestyle, so some people believe that celebrities don't have the right to get mad about it, but I see both sides. Mama Pink says, "I'll admit I've always had a weird little crush on David Cross too." Really? I feel like I'm missing something. I have the farthest thing from a crush on him. Like whatever the opposite of a crush is, that's what I have. Dennis O'Brien says, "You can move to the US, Joss. You don't need a paranormal experience as motivation either. We would welcome you, I'm sure." Well, you might, but I'm not too sure about that president of yours. Take it up with him first. Well, we are at the end here. That is all I have for you guys. Spread the love and subscribe before you go, or you can stick around and watch more of our videos. Just stay on this screen and click the icon that will show up right over here. I'm your host Joss, and I will see you next time.